Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to be installing some security cameras here on my property. I've got a lot of the type of equipment that somebody might want to steal, and in general, I think it's a good idea to monitor for those reasons, but also, I like having a camera that notifies me when my kids get home and I can keep track of things like that, or just kind of see what's going on the property if I'm away from home. I've been looking at cameras for quite some time now. The set of cameras I ended up getting were sent to me to review, so I did not pay for these. That's good for me because it saves me a little bit of money. It can be good for you because I'm able to offer a discount code on them. The cameras that I'm installing are made by Reolink, and this is a new model called the Argus Pro 4. This model of camera just released today, and it's got a lot of upgrades over their previous camera. The biggest thing that I like about it is it can take full color HD pictures in the dark. So it's got a motion sensor that activates and lights up whenever it senses movement. These cameras do not record 24/7. They record when something moves, and they notify you, send you the video clip. I've already had these cameras set up for a little while. They just haven't been mounted on the house. But I've been playing around with the app and seeing what kind of video clips I get. And it's a really wide field of view, which is awesome. It's a good image, and it's an app that is very easy to set up and use. I use the range extenders to set up my Wi-Fi to go way out onto the building on the back side of the property where we're going to mount some of these cameras. So this has all the features I wanted in a security camera without requiring an expensive plan to use them. You can use them without any plan at all. You can use them without Wi-Fi. You can use them without wired power. You've got a lot of flexibility. I'm going to be using mine with the solar panel connected to Wi-Fi so that I get the notifications and I can check it when I'm not home. So what I'm going to do right now is get this mounted up on all three locations, then show you how the app works and what kind of footage we get. As far as mounting, it's very simple. This little base screws onto the solar panel, and then you've got 3 screw holes right here. You just pick a spot, screw this to your wall. They've also got a strap that you can use if you want to mount it to a pole or some different things. But for me, I'll be mounting all of my stuff onto a wall. So I'm just going to run screws right into there. And this screws right in. It's already got the attached cable that charges your device. For the camera portion, you unscrew this base right here, attach this to the wall, and then you just screw this onto it to mount your camera. So we're talking about 5 screws. This should be a really quick, easy install. I may end up doing like a screen share on this later so you can see it better. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the way I have the camera aimed right now, you can see my entire driveway over here. You can also see me standing right in front of the front door. So if someone is ringing the doorbell, I'll be able to see them. But also, if someone is coming into my property or leaving it, I should be able to also see their license plate, because this is above 4K HD. I think this is 8K, which doesn't matter really for viewing. Like, oh, it's nice to look at it. What it means is you can screenshot it and zoom in without losing that detail. So this is going to be our initial placement on this. Now that that's placed, I'm going to put the solar panel probably right below it so that it gets more hours of sunlight. Now, my understanding from this, it takes a very minimal amount of charging to keep up with the energy usage for these cameras. So you don't need all day full sun on the solar. So being fully transparent about this, Reolink's been emailing me for a long time, asking me to take their cameras. And I was like, I don't know anything about Reolink. How do I know? I hate to take a product and say, I don't know if it's any good. But then I went to the Doss Family Farms YouTube channel and did a collaboration with it. And in the thumbnail, he has a picture of me driving down his driveway way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, how did you get an aerial shot of me coming down your driveway? He said, I use Reolink. I've got Reolink cameras all over my property. It's great. He went on and on about how great it was. I said, well, if he loves it, then I'll take the deal from Reolink. And that deal is really straightforward, like I mentioned before. I get free cameras. You guys can get a discount using my discount code. And once again, this product just came out today. They've had a whole line of different cameras and solar panels and home security features like this for a long time, but this is a new product, and the difference is the low light quality and the battery life and different things like that. So just something to check out. Let's get 2 more of these mounted, and then we'll look at the app a little bit. Okay, same thing, just 5 screws, 1 cord, very easy setup. Then I had to open up the app. Let me make sure it's working. I had to change this to the other Wi-Fi network. The other one's running off the house Wi-Fi, and I think it's a really cool feature that they don't have to be on the same Wi-Fi network if your property is spread out. Or even if I put 2 at this house and 2 at my rental house, the system wouldn't care. They could all be monitored on the same connection or the same account. Okay, let's turn this sideways and see. Once again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see anything, but you can see the swimming pool, you can see the driveway, you can see where I'm standing. And of course, these are infinitely aimable. They've got a really nice pivot setup that lets it go at a wide range, so we can tweak what we want to be able to see. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to turn this one more this way so I can see the back door of the house and the driveway and the front of the shop. Yeah, that's fantastic. The way I re-aimed it now, I can see the back door of the house. I can see down the driveway all the way to the mailbox. I can see the pond. I can see the pool. And I can see the front of the shop. We're getting everything with that. I got 1 more camera to put up, and then we'll get some better views of this footage and maybe see if we can get some night view footage. Here you can see the 3rd camera mount. We've got the solar panel on this side of the building, the camera over here. That will catch inside of the Quonset hut where I have a lot of my equipment. And then the road that wraps around the Quonset hut is seen on that as well. I've actually had all 3 of them mounted now for a couple hours. I've been checking and it's consistently staying on. It's very easy to access. When I walk in front of this, I get a notification. I've actually got one saying that I'm standing here right now. So those are something you can configure for each camera. If you say I cross in front of this one 100 times a day and I don't want a notification every time, you can shut that off, or you can have notifications on for all the cameras. Let's take a quick look at the footage real quick before we wrap this up. So as you can see at the top of the screen, this footage is from 11 p.m. and it shows you the view live from all 3 cameras. So this is from our porch. You can see the driveway, you can see the porch. I went down there and stood in a previous section of this video, and you could pretty clearly see me walking around. And actually, when I shut off the porch light, it was much easier to make out what was happening in darker areas. But one important thing I found out is you don't need any type of subscription to view your past footage. So I can review this same footage tomorrow if I want, just because I put SD cards in the camera. If these were cellular cameras, you would need some type of a subscription plan. But with these Wi-Fi cameras, all you have to do is be connected to Wi-Fi and have an SD card in the camera. And this is night footage, looks pretty good. Okay, so that's the most comprehensive review I can do today. And I think it's a great camera system. If you're interested in getting it, check the link in the description. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.